Did you post a link in afterwards? Ooh, we're back.
Hey, we're live.
Yeah, I just did. The boys are back in town. Yeah, this should be much better.
Scales from the train.
Is there a way to see the chat here? I have to pop it out. Pop.
Pop Squad.
Pop Squad. Why do I take 19-second breaks in my routines? Because I can.
Who said
that? I like to give the other players a chance.
Oh.
Only one person so far has been able to catch up in recent. Last time I even gave my opponents a an extra 3 full points. I just got a knot for them.
What about Ohio State's?
What?
What about Ohio?
Listen, we don't talk about Ohio State. There's not even video evidence that occurred.
I'm sure Tyler has something.
There's pictures, but there's no video evidence. Oh yeah, I'm going to World. Oh yeah, I'm going to World. In Shanghai. I need to get my visa.
Yeah, they haven't announced the information for it yet. So apply.
That's crazy. I want my visa.
Yeah, it won't take too long to get, but still.
What do you know about getting a visa?
It's supposed to take 1 to 2 months.
My friend once tried going to Russia and he got rejected. No Russia for you, they said. Yo, no, I do get auto semis.
Yeah, because top 3 in the world gets semi-seed now.
Yeah, top 3 get semi-seed now. So I don't even know if I'm gonna go to Nats.
Wow, Remy would say that.
Colin, when was the last time you changed?
Okay. I was saying about this today. It's because I've done laundry. I've done laundry twice this weekend because I've had so much. So I just put this in. I ended up putting this in the laundry twice. This is the 3rd time I've worn this in the past 5 days, probably.
We should make a video compilation of different videos of you wearing that same gray.
Yeah, we'll do. Will do. Yeah, Colin is sponsored by SpaceX.
Yo, let's get a Q&A going.
Q&A. Colin, do that Slack trick that you were doing earlier again.
Which Slack trick?
I think you might have posted it today. It's like
The
kind of
Meta Monday?
yeah.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, that trick's wild, man.
It's really difficult.
Yeah, it looks pretty tough, but it's kind of cool.
I'm gonna post this on Reddit.
Word. Yeah, I'll share.
Who's the most loved Scales member by the Scales team?
Probably Kieran.
Probably Ethan.
Dude,
Yeah,
definitely Ethan.
Ethan for sure. Yeah.
Literally, no one has ever said anything bad about Ethan, even one time.
Yeah.
Actually, never. I've never had any. Actually, when we were in Amsterdam with him, he would yo-yo too much on the streets.
Ding his yo-yo too much.
Yeah, he would be practicing all 3 minutes of his freestyle in a row as he walked like mile after mile after mile.
At like 1 a.m. This is all serious too. It's not like an
Yeah,
exaggeration.
it's unbelievable.
If you remember the last trick he does in the freestyle, he would just practice that in the middle of the sidewalk. Like,
Oh yeah, that was what was so OD. Will Remy Baskin make semis at World? If he gets different tricks, better tricks.
So why are you asking questions about Remy?
Any question's a valid question.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay, chill. Yeah, I'll say Remy will make finals at Nats. Sure.
He needs to stop trying to go so fast, though, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, he needs to slow down.
To chill out.
Just relax.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be so tough.
Yeah, enjoy yourself. LOL, wow.
Kenny, do you have headphones?
I can get headphones.
You should get headphones.
Okay. Bye.
What? No, don't leave.
This is how. This is the end of Scales.
You told Kenny to get headphones and you left. Who will win PNWR?
That's a good question.
Oh, won it. Yeah, it is. I don't know.
My vote. Who's going? Who is the main competition?
Nate, Evan, probably Gentry, me, Kieran, Kenny, Ethan, I believe.
Ethan's going too.
I think so. He's staying. Yeah, he's staying with us.
I think
So
for
I
a
feel
2-minute format that. My money is either. That's tough, man. I think Nate has a really good chance.
Yeah, Nate's my pick.
You're competing.
If someone I believe, like if I'm not confident about myself winning, I'd be confident about Nate winning.
Yeah, I think now's his time.
Yeah, I mean he won last year too, so it's kind of like I think he has some clout going in.
Yeah, I would also predict Nate.
I was talking to him about his routine a few days ago. He has some new tricks. He said.
Sick.
Dylan could win too, though. Dubs is right.
All right, let's see how this. Let's see how well this screen share will work. Maybe we can get this Ryota freestyle going. So let's see how is this looking?
Do you have screen share on?
I don't know.
Who will beat up Dylan at PNWR? I don't know. Probably no one. Yeah, hopefully no one.
No, this shit still sucks.
Who will win Cal State's 2A? I
It
don't
could
know.
be. It would be Ian Lawson if you were still yo-yoing.
Oh, that's true. Ian Lawson's good.
Could be him. Ooh, it's kind of lagging. It's not as bad, but
Yeah, it's not as bad, but it's still not good enough. We'll get there. We'll get there.
yeah, it's okay. We can do more Q&A.
We can answer questions for Mark that you have.
Yeah, on behalf of Mark.
Yeah, he gave us the okay.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Arata winning CJ? Big fan of Arata.
Yeah, he's
That's
probably
gonna
my
be our
favorite.
next
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
All about Arata.
Yeah,
He's
all
my
about Arata.
Literally, let me just preface it in that I think that's the best freestyle of the year guaranteed, unless he himself does a better one.
which he has
I'm calling
pretty
it
good
right
odds. He has pretty good odds of doing that as well. At JN.
I don't know. It probably, but like,
yeah, I think so. I think he can top that.
this is the best yo-yo player in the world.
Yeah, he's definitely my favorite yo-yo player.
If you consider how good he is at 2A as well, he's the best yo-yo player in the world.
Yeah. Well,
maybe Hajime, but I don't think
it's him or Hajime.
But I don't think Hajime's like
in 3A. He's probably as creative in 3A. Honestly,
Arata has like the most like raw skill of like in a yo-yoer, I think. And like he's finally like refining it into like a point where he can be really competitive, I think.
I think the value of innovating in 1A like that
okay. Yeah,
is
like
so
1A,
much more
like
valuable.
Yeah, that's fair. I just think it's probably really close though.
You're probably right between Hajime and Arata.
Yeah.
Remy says Takeshi, but
no, Arata is just like a better version of Takeshi that was like isolated from yo-yo.
I think so.
Years or something.
Yeah, it's just that the type of tricks that he does is so like everything is so unreal. Like it's it's unbelievable to me that
his thought evolved and can hit all of it.
Yeah, like he does none of like the standard, like the old jazz standard style yo-yo tricks, you know.
Yeah. You know, like Takeshi, I would describe as being like an alternative to like meta yo-yoing, and then Arata is just like off in his own ballpark.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. The one thing that I wonder is like how he'll stack up at a contest with different judges, maybe. Because I think I'm overinflating him a little bit in my mind, acting like that is a freestyle that is like worthy of winning like an even bigger, like a JN or something. But I know deep down I don't agree with that. Do you think he can
Yeah.
do you think he can win JN like with a freestyle of that nature?
I think he could probably get third if that means anything. I don't know if he can beat Shion or Ryuichi with it.
I really think that if he adds in a laceration combo, just like the standard one, well, it's just like you can't make any tricks that score better than that. Really,
Can you paint to my camera for a sec?
yeah.
Like this one trick he does where it's like I can't. I used to know how to do it. This one from Iwasawa hook. Imagine if he just did a laceration combo going into it. It's like
exactly like just
He
doing
just does that trick.
Like,
Oh my gosh, that'd be
that's
wild.
like a between like 3 and 5 extra points right there, or based on the judge that does the fucking like +6. How much was it? +8 for
+6 for 3.0. 3.0
+6 for a 3.0. Then maybe he could get an extra +10 there.
Yeah, probably.
But like when you think,
I understand.
Like the thing that's incredible to me, looking at it from like a more technical aspect, is that he didn't do any of those tricks. Like he was like purely his own stuff.
Right.
And he still did that well. Which, like, I don't think anyone else has done. The closest person to that, I think, is probably like Takeshi.
Yeah, or perhaps Zach, but still, Zach was pretty. Like when he won Worlds, he wasn't like unique to that level. Still.
Yeah, no, this is like a totally different level.
Yeah, Arato's just something else, man.
Do we see Ryota rising up the ranks at any point?
No, I don't think so. Maybe he might get top 5 at Japan Nationals, but I don't think he'd win.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that like Ryota's been in the game long enough to where if we would have seen him be successful, he probably would have done it already.
Right. I mean, he's like pretty much peaked at 5th at Japan Nationals, but he's still really good. It's just that
he's super good.
I don't think he's gotten like, I don't know, his progression hasn't been exponential or something.
What do you guys think holds him back? Because I remember he's always been like for prelims and semis, he's always at the top, or like always was for like the longest time.
I think it's that his other 2 minutes were just way too difficult.
Too difficult, you think? Is it the inconsistency that like screws him up?
Yeah. Considering like the other 2 minutes, all of his tricks are like just extremely difficult elements. He's probably not consistent with a lot of his tricks, I would guess.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
Seeing how he does them on stage, at least. I don't know. But it's also like I don't know how you could be consistent with those tricks. I'm not saying like it's his issue or like because of his skill. It's just that his tricks are way too hard for anyone. Probably.
I can never. It's hard to recognize whether it's a design flaw or you haven't practiced the tricks enough for stuff like that.
I think it's a design flaw.
How do you think Ryuichi will do at Worlds?
Man, probably the same as he has done previously. I don't know.
I don't see him getting top 3 or anything.
Yeah, there's a plateau for all of these players who have no other.
Shion. I don't know why Shion is the best at it by far, but he kind of just is. I think I could see honestly behind Shion for players like that. I think Yuki is probably second to him. I think Yuki's better than Ryuichi. Personally,
yeah, I think Yuki has like more like modified his tricks to fit in. Mm-hmm. I don't know. His tricks are like get more current than Ryuichi. Like Ryuichi's tricks were like amazing like 2 years ago maybe, and like maybe even like 1 year ago they were like amazing. But like really, what set him apart was just how clean he was.
It's just Go ahead. Sorry.
I think that they're the best at the modern trick ladder.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't mean that in like a
it's not
down their tricks. It's just that like it's not like they invented any of those tricks. They just do them the best, which is one way to go about it. Like you don't have to make up a way to play baseball.
Remy says, "What about Yamato?" I don't really see Yamato getting top 3 personally.
Yeah, Yamato has also like plateaued, I think. I don't know.
Hot take. That's a hot take from me.
Kenny's getting spicy over here.
Dude, I just like think that yo-yos need to like change up their trick sets to like stay relevant.
Yeah, I really think that Arata is gonna sort of spark a change.
Of people doing new tricks.
I don't know. He sparked a change for me at least.
Yeah, no, he has been for me. He's like been my biggest inspiration by far for past like 6 months or so.
Yeah, me too. I mean, especially recently, I've been really like pushing to like make up new stuff where it's like
It just makes you have a completely different mindset about like what you need to do. At least for me personally.
Yeah. I think if you can bring like 30% new tricks to every routine, like
Yeah.
you'll do better in contests than you were if you just were to do like the same things over and over again. Just because you have like the element of surprise. Plus, cool tricks are just cooler, and they'll probably get a better reaction from judges in the audience.
Yeah. I think people
valuable.
I think when people are like learning how to judge and just casually judging, they always do it like from watching the freestyle after it happens. So there's no like surprise factor for them really. So I think that makes people more strict about what tricks are like I think people who would click RSS freestyle looking back would not think it's very good just because it doesn't like it probably doesn't score as high the second or third time you click it, you know.
Yeah.
But I think when you see those tricks in person for the first time, it's like completely different.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And even just like in the moment, depending on the energy in the room, it kind of it'll definitely influence you as a judge.
Josh Yee says, do you guys think Jason Liu could take World in China? If clean, I think he could.
Yeah, the thing
That's
so
a
like
weird one.
Jason Liu's like one of my favorite yo-yoers just because I really like his performance style and his execution. I think like the way he does his tricks like makes him really unique.
But his tricks are also
very goofy confidence.
But his tricks are also very unique, honestly, if you watch them. He's very technical.
Yeah, they're unique, and the way that he does them is just like super clean. Like he'd never I don't know, his tricks just look amazing, I think.
How do you think Arata?
He has a way of doing it that sorry, Colin. He has a way of doing it that makes it seem like he's not going to land his tricks. And then when he does, it's like really surprising.
yeah, and he like matches it with the facial expression too.
Yeah, he looks surprised as well. I think he'll do well at Worlds, but I think that the weird thing about Chinese yo-yoing, it seems, is that they're really, really good, except they don't look at it as, I think, analytically as we do, maybe. Like, they don't really dissect it to the point where...
They probably don't realize... They probably don't realize the things like, oh, I need to stand out to kind of get scored higher. Because I feel like going into Worlds, all of them will have a very similar trick set where it'll kind of backfire.
Yeah.
Maybe they picked the most... Go ahead.
I think this is going to be the craziest world. Like, the results will be the most surprising of any Worlds.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I think we're going to see like 5 or 6 names in the finals that we never have even seen before. Or would never expect.
Micah asks, how do you think Arata would do at Worlds? I have no idea, honestly.
I think, to me, it seems like this year he's gonna probably fizzle in semis.
Yeah, that's my guess as well.
Yeah, I would agree.
He's sort of like Zach, where he's a real 3-minute player. Where Zach, his like worst qualities, I think, are getting through the preliminary and semi rounds because, it's kind of like if all of your tricks are really dependent on like setting up a lot and then have like a big payoff, that works better for a 3-minute format than it does like a 2-minute format or even less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my definitive answer for that would be, assuming Arata gets top 10 at Japan Nationals, which is like 90% likely, I would say. He has a slight chance of making finals, but I don't see him making it past semis. But if he has to do wild card, I don't think he has a shot. I don't see him making it through for 3 rounds clean enough.
I could not even conceive of that. It's like a little upsetting to me.
Yeah, but it's sad. It's sad.
But I mean, that's what like half of the work is. Half of the work is getting your stuff consistent enough and thinking smart enough.
But I'd love to see him in finals. Of course, I don't think anyone would oppose to that.
Yeah.
There could just be some insane bias, or not bias, but just in general, like hype
Yeah, it could
factor
be.
and stuff like that.
I don't know. It's such an absurd thought to imagine him beating everyone in semis and stuff. Because when I don't know, I feel like he doesn't even think of this stuff. Like the way that he makes his tricks, I can't even conceive of what his thought process is like.
Yeah, his tricks just like kind of come out of nowhere. You're like, it's just like impossible to see like any like influence on them from like any like modern yo-yo trick.
Yeah, exactly. And it's some of the stuff he does. It like I personally would look at it and I would click 0 if it were performed in a certain way, and then when he does it, like it'll get value for every element in the trick just because of the way it's done.
Right.
It's such a gray area. It's
The
really
way I feel,
confusing and kind of profound.
I think the best way to put it is like when you're watching it, you're like, okay, I can't like not score this.
Yeah, but then at the same time, it goes against the goes against judging itself. Like you're doing it for you. Like it's like a personal thing. Like I never have that. I never have that issue because I never think anyone's tricks are that good. Honestly, like I never see people's tricks and I'm like that like one after the other that I've never seen before. Usually in a freestyle there will be like 2 or 3 tricks that someone does where you're like, wow, I've really never seen anything like that. Where in this errata freestyle, when you go through it, I think we were writing notes for like the next Scales Live when we can actually stream it and stuff, and we'll go through it. But I think we wrote down a note for every like 10 seconds at least.
Yeah. There's
Usually
definitely over 20. There's definitely over 20 points there.
Yeah, usually if we would write notes for freestyle, we'd mention 4 or 5 tricks at most. And sometimes it would be a stretch.
Yeah.
But let's continue on because we're gonna be talking about him a lot more in the future.
Right. Could Hajime take 4A this year? Honestly, I don't think he'll compete in 4A. I don't see it.
No.
Yeah. And
Solohem's dead, right?
no, I wouldn't say that. Ray's still winning worlds, so.
I thought it was banned.
No, that's only at JOIC.
Yeah, just JOIC did that.
See, I think that they should adopt that for everything.
I actually kind of agree. Like Solohem's just like too weird and like off the wall.
Nobody knows how to score.
Yeah, exactly. No one knows what to do, so they just see it and they're like, "Oh, well, I guess this is worth a lot of points," but like, it might not actually even be legal. Like,
it's like when you have like 1 2A player in an X division.
Yeah,
and it's like, he did
that's exactly
he did 1,000 loops, and you did like 4 5A tricks and you messed up 2. Like, who's gonna win? The man with 1,000 loops.
Yeah, that's actually, I think, pretty accurate. Yeah, I would be down to like destroy Soloham. Yeah, destroy Soloham 2018.
I mean, like, as good as it is, like, as cool as it is, like, it's just, I don't know.
I think the actual thing is like we should just get rid of like all of like the individual alt divisions and just have X division. Like, what if you just made X division like World Wild?
Unpopular opinion.
Yeah, well, but then you could just do like Double Dragon in X division or like Soloham in X division.
And then the result would be some bullshit. Like, come on.
Yeah, you're right. You're like 100% right. But
I think in that case you'd have to do all eval.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You can't click that.
Once again, what if someone does 1,000 loops?
Yeah.
What about 2,000 loops?
Yeah, dude, I can't compete with 2,000 loops, man. I can do like
Yeah,
1,000 E fan rotations. Like,
Yeah, and you're gonna do 3A, like a double, like
yeah,
4 trapezes, and
I'll do
and
I'll
a
do a
double
1,000 E,
trapeze.
I'll do 1,000 E fans, and then like 1 helicopter, and call it good. All right. Any other scale scoring X division would be wild. Yes, you're right. Jason Chance for Shanghai top 5. We kind of like talked about it already, but I would like to see that. That'd be kind of sick.
Yeah, I think out of any Chinese player, he's probably the most likely to.
Yeah, he's the
Um,
best.
you think Gentry is going to do something cool? I'm assuming you're talking about for Worlds. Like yeah, probably. He already started working on his music, so you can
Yeah, I
expect
saw.
really good choreography again. Um, what do we think about Luis Enrique?
He's clean.
Yeah,
He's very clean.
Yeah, I think his style is a little dated now.
yeah. I remember like watching his like BAC the year that he won using like a blue yo-yo. I don't know what year that was, but it was pretty cool. I thought it was a cool freestyle.
very, very profound and
Sorry, I mean like I don't know what else to say. I just thought it was cool. Yo-yos
Yeah.
to Avicii. He's the guy. He like always yo-yos to Avicii, right?
yeah. I
Yeah.
think he hit his peak when he got, I think, 5th at Worlds.
The first Worlds he went to in 2011.
No, dude,
Yeah.
like, he got
I only
third.
say that because like he comes back every year now, and it just doesn't
Well, he
seem
got-
like
he
him or
got-
Paul care as much anymore.
No,
They're
no,
always
dude,
just
he
like
got
chilling.
third. He got third Worlds 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah, behind
Yeah,
Chris,
that was
behind
his
Chris
peak.
Chia. Yeah, behind Chris Chia and Janosch.
What a nice top 3, honestly. All like foreign.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah,
That's
he's
such a
sick.
good.
That's true.
Good
No Japan and no United States in top 3. That's insane.
Yeah, 2013 Worlds was lit. Let's go. What do you think of Chano
Tranton got
move to
fourth.
Good Life? Oh yeah, Tranton got 4th. Yeah, that was sick. Yeah, Worlds 2013 was sick.
Yeah, what a good year. Now that I think about it.
Kai made finals.
Yeah, Kai did an all double dragon final. It's wild.
Oh yeah. Whoa.
What a year, honestly.
Yeah, what a year.
We should
That was
do.
That was the year that 3A was really cool too.
Yeah.
We should start doing some
And Mike-
contest, like some older contest recaps. I think that might be more
Just, like-
interesting than the current.
Oh, that's actually
Yeah,
a
like-
cool idea. Just former
Like
content.
nostalgia, some nostalgia stuff.
A little nostalgia.
Yeah.
I like the sound of it. It's
If
good.
anyone has any ideas for an episode, you can throw it in the chat or send us an email, or not an email. We don't check our email. Just a
Yeah.
message on Facebook to any of us.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, DM. Literally just tell us what you want to hear and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, we're ramping up production,
Yeah.
as they say in the yo-yo world, right? In the production world.
What do you think of Chano's move to Good Life? I like it. I'm happy for Chandler.
Yeah, I think I'm stoked for Curdy's new company for one. And
Yeah.
I think it's cool that he's like getting some like really solid talent from the US. Chandler was like one of the most consistently high scoring players last year, so he'll probably it's probably a good move for Good Life to pick someone up who is trying to like be back on the podium again a lot this year. So yeah. cool move.
Curdy's new company is sick. I think it's always good for like veterans to sort of branch out and do their own thing, because like there's no real maybe with Lodge you get like some pretty good compensation for what you do for some people, and then otherwise most companies are not going to do as much for you as you can do for yourself. And
Right.
if you have enough of a following to market your own yo-yo and design it and put it out, and you're willing to do that, you're definitely better off doing that at the end of the day than relying on someone else to like pay for you to get the contest and stuff. And I think it's really important to support companies like that because that's really going to, at the end of the day, like get them to other contests and like help the community grow more.
Right. Yeah, that's why I'm like a big fan of like Curdy's company because I know Curdy's like super stoked on yo-yo too. And like the reason he's like starting the company is to like keep spreading yo-yo and like keep doing things like his own way, which like Good Life has been an idea of his for a while. So it's really cool to like finally see it come to fruition.
Yeah, and I think Chandler's a really good fit for that team.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we'll see some cool stuff out of them. Let's see what else is going on in the chat.
I want Bergie to remake Skrillex by Dubstep.
I don't know what that means. Honestly, I read that and I just didn't know how to respond.
Chase made a beatboxing video of him like beatboxing Skrillex, and he got like over 10,000 views, I think, on it.
Wow.
Went viral on YouTube. Yeah, probably his greatest
I
accomplishment.
can't believe it went viral on YouTube.
Come on.
Didn't Evan Nagao say he was going to use a wedge for competitive season this year? I don't know. I don't know.
When I say who cares, I just mean you don't need a yo-yo as good as the one that we're using right now to do what you're gonna do. If you're like Evan and you have 10 throws in your freestyle, it just doesn't matter at all.
Yeah. That's true. You have 10 throws in your freestyle.
Yeah, the goal is to have
under. I'm not even speaking badly about him. That's just the way his freestyles are designed, and that's fine. Like that's totally all good. But it's like the only reason that you use a yo-yo with a lot of like weight and stuff is just for it to spin extra long. Like if you have like 3 throws in your freestyle, I would say don't use the wedge. And if you have 26, you can literally use whatever you want.
You like almost use like a yo-yo.
Yeah. And when I say literally, I don't mean literally at all. You can use most yo-yos.
Yeah, most yo-yos.
Yeah, that's funny that Ayumu Kasuga uses the edge too because he just tries to go so fast on it, but it's like 68 grams. So
why would you rather him use a new edge?
What?
No, Hamdog says he'd rather him use the new edge, and I just want to know why. Like this is like a serious inquiry because I just like personally I don't care about what yo-yo anyone uses.
Yeah, just use whatever yo-yo you want.
No, like I'm looking for like a real response from you. I'm not even like criticizing you. I'm just like what like I don't know.
To see if it's as good as they say.
I don't know. Every yo-yo is just marketing.
Yeah, actually that's like so true. Like new edge is just old edge, but like new, so like you have to get it.
Realistically, when you buy a yo-yo, you just want to support the people that you like the most.
Yeah, I think that's a good principle.
That's true. Yes.
Because if you can talk yourself into liking any yo-yo.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
I promise you that there's no yo-yo that is the best on the planet. The edge is really good. Like, I think Kenny, did you use the edge for like a while?
Yeah, I used the edge and the navigator, and they're like comparable. So
yeah, they're all good yo-yos. Like
Joseph is here now.
Yeah, like pretty much any yo-yo that's made these days is like really, really good. I don't know. Like I've been rotating between like 6 or 7 different yo-yos, and in reality, I could compete with like any single one of them and feel like totally fine.
Yeah, you gotta support your values. All the yo-yos play the same. You can convince yourself that any yo-yo is good.
That's actually a good point. Shutter is pretty good. Shutter's pretty good.
Also, that wasn't meant to be like that wasn't directed at Hamdog. That was more of like a That was just. This is just my thinking. I don't know. I'm really like anti. I'm a tricks first person, much more than I am a yo-yo first person.
What? Okay, what is Plummic New Company? I don't know what you're talking about.
Plummox sponsored Plotter.
Dude, what is it? I don't understand what it is.
Plummox added Plotter to his team. It's so sick now.
That's actually sick, but like I still don't understand what you're talking about. Like I know like who Plummic and Plotter are, but like I didn't know that like Plummic had a company now. Like wasn't he on like One Drop?
He was on C3 too.
Oh yeah, he was on C3. Yeah, because yeah.
Yo,
Dude,
Plotter got so good.
Yeah, Plotter's okay. Real talk, Plotter's always been pretty sick.
But he had some stupid tricks.
You're right. But that's what makes him sick, is because he would still do the stupid tricks. He's just like, yeah, like I don't care. Yeah, that stuff. Dude, those tricks are so sick. Don't even hate, man.
Alvin says predictions for EYC. I want Plotter to get top 3.
Dude, predictions for EYC. I think it will happen.
Dude, I think Plotter's got it this year. I mean, who's in competition? Tall?
Dude, Tall 3-time champion.
I sound like such a dick when I talk about this stuff. I'm just like Tall.
It's okay. It's okay. You're a big Plotter fan. It's good to embrace it.
Yeah.
Tall is in like the same like him like no one could catch up to Tall for a while, but like now like I think Plotter is right there with him. Is there anyone else?
Who else?
Oh, Tony Sek.
Oh,
my man.
Jan Linka too.
Yo, what about Michael Malik? He just like wins everything in the Czech Republic.
I think Jan Linka has a pretty good shot.
He's gonna get. I think Malik's gonna be consistent and get top 3 and beat out like one of these other people. But like, I just don't think. I don't know. I haven't seen his tricks in a minute. I think Tony Sek, if he goes clean, is the best.
No, I think Jan will get top 3. Actually, he destroyed everybody in Czech Nationals Open division by a lot.
Did he?
I think he's probably the most like competitively focused. Like I think he has like this like the smartest like, or he knows what he's doing the most. I guess for scoring high, I would say.
What about Konstantin?
I don't know how much. It depends on how much he's improved. Honestly, I haven't seen him yo-yo since I guess Worlds. So
yeah, I think his best shot might have been like last year, but you like never know, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. So people aren't doing fast front style combos as much as techie flashy front styles. So I think that the reason for this is that the standard like front style combo that people would do, which is like hold on. Sorry if there's gonna be echo from
Yo, Fergie, you should change focus to like yourself, because I think it's been on me for like the past while.
So like when the people used to do these ones, I think this is like pretty much the standard. You get like all of like that and then whatever else.
Yeah.
And like I think like the things that people are starting to do more. I mean like my front style combo is like just all these like suicides and stuff. Because it takes a little bit less time and it gets way more value for sure. Where it's like, what is this score? No one knows. Probably nothing. Right?
Yeah, it's like impossible to tell. Like scoring front style is literally like so ambiguous. Like even if like I'm a judge and I'm watching front style, I'm sort of just like, yeah, like I'll like watch the whole combo and then give it like 3 points and then be done.
You definitely get 1 for a boingy boing, right?
Yeah. Boingy boing is one, and I think protrusion is one.
Yeah,
Sick.
like, protrusion. I'm using long string, so it's all messed up. And then, like, what's this score? Is this one?
I don't know. Like, see, I like stopped doing that because I don't think it scores.
Yeah, I just think it's stupid. But
Yeah, so I stopped doing that. I don't know what it's worth.
I think it's just that so many people were doing them that at some point people just realized how easy and stupid that they were, so the judges started to value them way lower.
Yeah. Yeah, I think front style just in general is like doing like different front style is like pretty underrated, but
Yeah, like there's like it was like the competitors thought that there was like they kept a secret from the judges that they could do the easiest tricks in the world, and because they were in front of them, they would score high. And the same thing is happening, I think, with horizontal now.
yeah, I totally agree. Like horizontal is all just like superficial. It's like there's not like any actual tricks.
Like they're doing the worst.
I think horizontal's worse because people already do normal Eli hops in their routine, and then they do them horizontally.
Well, dude, the thing about horizontal is that there are like no yo-yo tricks that are only possible because the yo-yo is horizontal.
I think that
like any trick that you can do regular, you can do horizontal. Yeah, that's like it. Yeah, that's it.
And things where you have to like a horizontal whip is different than a regular whip.
Okay, like the mechanics are different, but like the idea is like essentially the same, right?
Yeah,
like I could do like an iron whip horizontal, and it's like the exact same idea with like very similar mechanics.
There's a guy who does the finger spin tricks now that are like. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Momo.
Yeah, but that's just like so hard and like not worth it.
No, I know, but I'm just arguing this point because I think that there is some sort of value to a horizontal trick, just no one does anything.
Yeah, no one's like cracked the code yet. No one's like figured out like the good horizontal trick yet.
Yeah, the code has not been cracked.
Maybe Mark will crack it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's what you all in the chat can get on. Figure out the next great horizontal. That's the future. If you can crack horizontal, you'll be one of the best in the world. What element would you like to see more of? For me, probably pinwheel.
I want to see less of the same elements.
I want to see more.
Less of the same elements.
That's all I want to see anymore.
I want to see new elements. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know the names of them. They're new.
Oh, they're new. Yeah. Okay.
But answering the question directly.
On the horizontal finger spins, just thumb grinds.
No, because you're not touching the middle of the yo-yo, but yes, because you're right. Yeah, because you can do all the same stuff. Like if you had a yo-yo that just went in enough, because you can still do all those things that I was just talking about by like just going like this while doing a thumb grind.
Yeah, see, there's no trick that's only possible if it's horizontal.
But it will stay in place as opposed to like moving around.
That's true. Bring back JD style string play. Actually, one of my favorite tricks ever was like this coda trick that's like similar to what you're talking about, where he like created like a fake knot by like making a GT and then throwing like a slack through the GT.
Oh,
but like the yo-yo was like never mounted, and it was really cool because the way that he dismounted it was like by spinning the loop like around the string like 3 different times. I thought it was really cool.
That one's a classic.
Yeah, it's a cool trick. You can check it out in yoyosu.room. I'm serious, man. It's in that video.
Yeah, man, check it out.
Yeah, check it out. Let us know what you think. Make thumb grinds great again. Nah.
I think normal grinds still need exploring.
Yeah, I agree. I think like if you can make a thumb grind that like if you can make a trick like better using a thumb grind, then like do it. Otherwise, there's like no reason to do a thumb grind, I don't think. Like it's not really like a standalone trick.
Yeah, were there any good thumbs grinds in the past ever?
Yeah, I don't know. Like
Trying to think. Andre had the thumb grind through triangle.
That's a good one.
oh no way.
Yeah, like
What
it's like the grind through triangle, except thumb grind through triangle.
what video is that in?
What he did it was a yo-yo master magic tutorial.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Why do you say no way as if you're Canadian?
I don't know,
Wow.
Or nothing else. You go, no way.
dude.
No way.
How to do a yo-yo grind through a triangle?
Yeah, I don't think anyone did surpass Guy Wright's thumb grinds.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That like I punched box in the catch 22 video. Guy
Yeah, that
right.
one. Just what I was thinking.
Dude, the videos, man, this is all I remember now. It's a video where Guy Wright uses the catch 22.
Yeah. No, I remember actually what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's an Avalanches song. Yeah, it's a cool video, man. It's a classic. Although I can't find it on YouTube. Maybe it's gone forever. Guy Wright just does like pill now, right?
Yeah. I actually might see him next week. I'm at the toy fair. Sometimes he's there with like Kendama boys, USA.
That's
Oh,
pretty sick.
I wish I could go. I wish I could get in rather.
Rojas, you're definitely thinking palm grind. He might have had a thumb grind, but you mean palm grind. When it comes to Harold Owens, you're talking about palm grind.
Yeah.
He is Palm Grind legend though.
He is. He's the only. He's those ashy palms.
He's one of the best yo-yoers, for sure. He had the biggest come up in yo-yoing, I think.
Yo, I gotta go, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Scales Live.
All right, later, Kenny.
Bye.
Bye, man. Oh man.
Wow. Let's see. Yo, Rojas, do you want to join in?
I think the stream is kind of delayed. Oh, actually, I guess not.
Let's see if we can get a new guest.
There's Remy. I don't know if you want to send the link to Remy now.
Eh,
Yeah, no, that's okay.
maybe another time.
Yeah, I think it's past his bedtime right now.
Yeah, it would be unethical. I'll send you a link on Facebook, Rojas. I think it would be unethical to have Remy on right now. Get your Anthony Rojas questions ready.
Of course.
Not you.
I'm reaffirming your statement.
You don't prepare. Everyone else prepare.
Sorry, man. What do you think of brain twister combos?
They suck. What do you think of
Sure.
brain twister? Do you think they're good?
I think they can be good. I'm sure you can't say that you've never seen a good brain twister combo before.
Like in my life, yeah, but recently, no.
I don't know, man. I bet if Arata made a brain twister combo, if he devoted like 20 minutes to one, I bet he can make a pretty good one.
Yo, I like yo-yoing. I like Arata's yo-yoing. I haven't seen any yo-yoing that I liked in so long, and then this man comes along and blesses my brain with the best yo-yoing that I've seen in forever. I like Charles Haycock. I like his yo-yoing. I like Yuki Spencer. I like Rojas. Mark has some new good stuff, like really good stuff. Colin has new good stuff. But that's like Arata inspired, so I don't count it.
Wow. Okay.
I like the way
So
Tyler
mean.
Vianu yo-yos, but I don't think his trick content is that great. But that's not to. But I haven't seen it. But like I feel like it's unfair of me to judge him like that because I think he's like relatively new. But Mark Want's brain twister combos are all about the branding. Like, and he's like really particular. He's like Tyler Vienu style, where it's like all about the way he does it. It's like,
That's true.
but like the way you do tricks is like even more valuable sometimes than the content itself. It's like a minimalist painting. It's like those white paintings that sell for $10 million, like the white on white canvas. Horizontal GT suicide combos don't have to be a thing because just regular GT suicide combos are already a thing. Lawson, can you send me a link to the like with the time code with the Eric Trenton combo you're talking about? Just like in the chat, because I'm curious. I don't know. Now that I think about it, I've like attempted to make brain twister combos, but they always like.
You've definitely done one. You've definitely done them in freestyles
No,
for
I
sure.
used to do them, but like
Yeah,
literally 10 years ago.
No.
8 years ago.
I bet you were doing them 5 years ago.
5 years ago is 12. I think I stopped. Maybe yeah.
Yeah, you probably
ago.
did. 10 years ago. You wish.
You're right. I wish it was 10 years ago. I don't know. I'll try to make up some brain twister combo stuff. Let's see.
Yeah, I challenge you.
Remy challenged me. Is it super echoey now, or is it okay?
No, I think it's okay. Actually, it is echoing. You have to get wireless headphones. Get some beats. I'll send you some beats.
I'll take it out of the scales fund. I'll get beat. All of our hard work for me to get beats. All right, I think it should be better now. Pardon my gray sweatpants. So this was the one that I used to do like years ago,
Yeah.
which was inspired by a Tresley one. That was like this.
Oh, cool.
Probably 2008. Or
Who else
2000.
does something?
The only brain twister combo that I've considered doing kind of looks like this. It's like, but it's not even a brain twister combo, really.
Oh, okay. You might have shown me this before, honestly.
It's more of like a chopsticks thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But I don't think that counts.
Yeah, no, I don't either. I don't know. What else would I do, like, brain twister wise? Like, because the problem is that, like, you're just doing the same thing. Like, you're just doing a weird trapeze.
Yeah. The only thing you can do is either like mount on or mount off
Yeah.
for it to count, I would say. Oh, Issei still does one. Now I remember.
Like, the other problem is that you can't even get it to look cool.
Because everybody knows exactly what you're doing, so.
Yeah, exactly. There's no, like, I can't even conceive of a way. I've been using a long string lately, and it's effing me up.
Wow.
I'm getting effed. Do you have me added on Facebook, Lawson? Or just, you can send it in the Discord if you're there. All right, I'll look in a minute. It's amazing how this trick now
Hold on.
is like in every combo. The just like whether it be front style or
Yeah, the Takeshi bounce.
it's so funny because it's like not even it's not even like a
What?
like it's not especially revolutionary. It's just that everyone learned it at the same time.
Yeah, it was very easy to learn.
It's interesting, like how a trick can sort of evolve like that. I think.
Well, it also can just be integrated into so many tricks already. So, like, it's a good transition in general.
I mean, it's kind of a good transition. I think that like I don't know. My feelings are mixed about it because I think it's a good trick. I just think it's weird that it became so popular so quickly. Like I'm confused by it. I'm just a confused person.
I think it was just like one of the only Takeshi tricks that everyone was able to learn, like an element, and actually, it's like pretty useful. So I think that's the reason why everyone's doing it.
It has to be like in that certain realm. Which, what is it, Crudel? Or Crude? Yeah, Crudel. What? My regular front style? My old front style? Which one? I'm looking at this Eric Trenton thing now. So Eric Trenton's innovation was that he did it a little bit fast and a little bit slow. Like there's nothing new in that in that combo.
Pace change, I guess, is I don't know.
You like it, but like when you really look at it, it was just like it was like at one point he was like, and then he looked, and then he just started doing stuff again, and then I think he did like one of these nonsense things. It just goes to show that like this is like the best players and like every good player in the world has tried to do a brain twister combo and nobody's made it better in like 10 years.
Yeah, I guess so.
Shion has a pretty good one. I think it's because like he's like doing the brain twister combo and then he has like a whip in it.
Oh, I think that's in a split bottom though.
Yeah, I don't even think that's really brain twister combo is like characterized by being like
it's an undermount.
Yeah, just an undermount. My front style combo is like this. I'm using long string once again, so it's gonna look weird. Something like that.
Yo, what's up? Can you guys hear me?
What's up, man?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I had to like set up the Google Hangouts thing. I've actually never used it, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. Apologize again.
I'm lame. Yeah. What's up?
Welcome. It's good to have you here. It's good to see you. What a great surprise. What a small world Google Hangouts on Air makes it for us.
Yep. So what were you guys talking about? I was like busy trying to set it up, so
yeah, we were talking right now we're talking about front style combos, specifically brain twister combos.
Yeah.
For sure.
So can you think of any brain twister combo? And we're talking about like undermount style brain twister combo that has been cool or good. Like not
besides
adding. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, like I was just saying, like besides Mark Mont or, you know, like those normal suspects. Are you thinking like more competition based or?
Just anything that's that like archetype and also good and cool. Like Mark Mont, I was saying, I think that it's all in the execution that makes it good.
Yeah.
Where there's like if you saw me do it, you'd be like, that sucks. So I'm trying to think of anything new or cool in the brain twister world. What a boring trick for such a good name.
Yeah, all the older tricks have like really extreme or like scientific names, I guess. But yeah.
Like, what a good name. Like, how do you twist a brain? But that's aside from the point. So what's up? What'd you do today?
Not too much. I'm like I don't know, just figuring out life stuff. I'm like looking for another job right now, so it's kind of messed with my my yo-yo plans and whatnot, you know. So yeah, got to get that figured out first.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to balance life and work, especially yo-yo is such like a big commitment. Like,
yeah,
like how many contests would you go to like earlier on in your life per year?
I mean, I guess I'd try to hit up like all the California contests, which I guess there's a lot really.
Yeah,
like
there's
between
probably
North.
four or five there.
Yeah, and then plus nationals and worlds and maybe something else, but I don't know. Usually just like the West Coast ones, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like that's 10 weekends a year almost. It's
Yeah,
a fair
yeah.
amount.
I don't know. I'm like a seasoned player now, so I don't know. Like figuring out life stuff, you know. So there's only so much time, you know. You gotta like distribute your.
Yeah, I mean, I find that like now, I manage my yo-yoing time better. Once you get to a certain point, like when you first start, I think you have to practice for hours at a time in order to get to the point that you want to be at quickly enough. Once you're at a certain point, like I think I can yo-yo for like half an hour ish a day, like collectively. Usually, how does that work for you? Like do you have to like where do you even practice? Like you can't practice in that room your tricks.
No, no, like yeah, for real. That's like an issue. I mean, like my house is like, or my parents' house really is like a pretty good size, but like still like for some of the tricks I do, it's kind of difficult. So, and I don't know. I'm not really like one of those people that did like I don't know hundreds of hours of practice or whatever crazy nonsense out. You know, some people do. It's just like yeah, I just go off feeling. So it just depends. And I don't know. Right now, I'm like not really sure how competitive my stuff is, or like if I just want to do like things for fun right now. So I'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, I'm actually really curious. How do you approach like competition now? Because you still have success, and it doesn't seem like you're crunching numbers like we are over here.
I mean, yeah, I think I've said this to some people where even in the past I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do like an artsy freestyle, and then I'll be like, nah, like it can be better. Like I can add more points here, you know. So then it just ends up being tougher anyway. But you know, maybe now I'll have like a chance to do just something that looks good, you know, or that has like more interesting tricks or like no string hit tricks or something, you know. So
Yeah, and it seems like you're one of the few people who can actually do that and also be successful still. Like it's
yeah.
especially like not like in today's like in the modern age of yo-yo now. I think I mean my hypothesis is that like the tricks you do, since they look as difficult as they are, get valued appropriately when you land them.
I think yeah, maybe like that's how they used to be. Like when you guys mentioned pinwheels earlier, like I think some of my stuff in 2010 and 11 was like really surprising for some of the judges. Like even Paul Escolar would be like, "Yo, like I clicked like so much during that combo, even though it's like technically a pinwheel combo, but it's like you know around my body or whatever." So it was like really surprising at the time. But I think a lot of judges are used to that now. So yeah,
Yeah,
like people like Arata can have like that surprise factor now, right? So, but not many people have like a lot of that factor going in. It's like a lot of suspected, you know, concepts that are already being done. So I don't know. Yeah.
yeah. I think a lot of people don't recognize like around when was it like 2012 you got second at Nats,
Yeah, like 11 and 13.
right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't recognize how like extreme your yo-yoing was in comparison to everyone else's. Like what a bombshell it was.
Yeah. Thanks.
No, I mean like when we watch like Arata now, like when you see that, like you're like it's amazing because it's so new and it's so exciting in comparison to everything else. Where like when you go back to those days, I think that there was a much wider variety of tricks being done. And I think that even on top of that, you stood out because of how I use the word extreme for lack of a better term, but like you like such a wide like such a so much space being used, like so much energy in the freestyle that I think was unprecedented. Because I see now a lot of people they'll use like EDM or something like really high tempo and like really high energy, and there's no way for anyone's yo-yoing except for yours, I think, in the grand scheme of everything, that can keep up with a song that has high energy. Even just like a regular high energy song, yo-yoing's pretty tame, and like it's not like we're doing anything like really like if you're doing a combo in front of you, it doesn't really pair up right to really like fast techno music or EDM.
Like I'm kind of like hesitant to use some like really aggressive like death grips music now, like unless you can definitely bring like something that's at that level of like energy, you know. So I don't know, like, but yeah, I think like that's kind of part of the surprise factor too. Like if you just come on stage and just like do something that's like really like, I don't know, mind blowing, you know, like especially with that your presence on stage too, then it kind of helps with like how the judges view it. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think other people just look silly. Oh, really? I'm surprised that no one else has adopted any tricks like yours. Do you think that's just because of the difficulty, or do you think, like, for me personally, I don't think I'm physically fit enough to do most of the tricks.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
Like, my arm doesn't reach all the way around my body, and like, like, do you have extra reach? Do you think, like, than the average person? Like,
maybe, I don't know. I'm like pretty slim, so I don't know. Maybe that helped. I did like a little bit of gymnastics when I was a kid, so maybe that also helped. But I don't know. I feel like Kevin Nicholas, or like there's a couple other people who do like those behind the back combos that I can't do those. Those are too crazy. But and like some of those tricks are just like too ridiculous looking. Like I might have an interesting concept, but then like when you do it, you just look too stupid. So you kind of have to pull back a little.
yeah, for sure. Are there any tricks that you look back at and you're like, that was ridiculous? Like, why did I do that? Or like, something of that nature?
I think there was one where like I jumped over, or like one of my legs like goes over the yo-yo, and like it was the one where Brian Figueroa commented that like he gave me the nickname Majestic Swan or something, and like that went around for a while, and that was kind of like a little silly, but it's kind of funny though. So, but yeah, maybe that wasn't like the most interesting trick.
Like, it's just some of like the descriptions you have for your tricks. I've never had to say like, yeah, like when I like hopped over the like, or like when I moved around even, like I just stayed planted.
Yeah, it's I can only use so many of those tricks. I don't know. It's a little weird sometimes.
Yeah, I think you were once dubbed your dad's favorite yo-yo player. Because like you had like by far the most entertaining tricks.
It's for the parents.
Just spatially, you know. So, what do you see yourself doing with yo-yoing in the future? Like, where do you see yourself?
That's a good question. I don't know. I still like being like involved in the community when I can, and like just hanging out with people and traveling is really fun. And I guess I really enjoy being on a Caribou right now, and then I got like some artwork for some other companies sometimes, and friends, you know, happening every once in a while. So this is it's a Corco yo-yo that I did some artwork for, so you might see that soon.
Can you flash it really quick? Just really quick.
I don't know.
Really, just so quick. I'll take the heat. I'll take the heat.
Bergie will take the heat.
I'll take
somebody should pause it, screenshot it. Yeah. and then blame Bergie. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. The other day I was like, Randy, I have a great idea for like yo-yo product, and he was like, what is it? And I was like, so you make an axle insert that makes your yo-yo fixed axle. And he's like, oh, like me and Drew have already both done that and we didn't like it. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm glad that I asked you.
That's nice.
Corco is sick. I really love. I think that's like your yo-yo brand's favorite yo-yo brand.
For sure.
Let's see. Anything else in the chat? Does anyone have questions for Anthony? You used to stretch before your freestyles?
I don't know if it's like not like in a really like deliberate, intense way or anything. I think a lot of people do that just like to get loose, you know.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Colin, do you stretch before your freestyles?
Maybe I don't know. Nothing serious, but I'm sure like some stuff, you know.
You should stretch before your freestyles.
I'm sure you do too, honestly.
No, I don't stretch. I never stretch.
I'm sure you
I
do
like
some.
to keep myself. I like to keep my muscles tight for a freestyle.
All right, I guess so.
I find that if I keep my muscles tight, then my tricks stay tighter.
Interesting.
How do you find music for freestyles? Asks Remy.
That's a good question because it's always like I find that's like one of the hardest things about coming up with a really good freestyle is finding the right music. So I think it's like by chance sometimes, or I don't know. I just use what I listen to, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how often do you listen to Death Grips? Like, this is like a real question for me. Like, I listen to Death Grips when I'm at the gym pretty much exclusively, and also if I'm angry.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Those are good times. Those are good times to listen to. Yeah, it's like they're probably like one of my favorites or maybe my favorite group, but like yeah, you can't listen to it all the time. It'd be too much, I think.
Well, I think you can get into spaces in your life where you can listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
And it really helps as giving you like a little leverage out of a bad place or a tough place, I think so occasionally.
Yeah, like I'm waiting for them to drop something else so I can yo-yo to it for a while. Like maybe it'll like inspire me to be like really extreme or something in a freestyle. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's weird. You need to give it enough time in between listens.
Yeah. I mean, there's other like really I don't know, like energetic like music or experimental music out there too. So
yeah, but I think Death Grips is kind of the epitome of this like new wave, new school sort of mishmash of yelling and screaming and melody. And I saw this one post they made where some guy from another, I think, like notable hardcore band, in order to get a certain sound, had to like rub a piece of glass against his lips.
Yeah, I saw that. Like they showed him like on or like they reposted something from him on Instagram or something like that. And yeah, I wonder if they're gonna like work with that guy because that's like really extreme, but really interesting though.
Yeah,
like I don't know how he makes sound from glass. So it's crazy. like rubbing glass like on his face, and he's making like I don't know like crazy noise. Yeah, it's really crazy.
Wild.
I saw someone ask if I'm Josh asked if I'm gonna do more 5A this year, maybe, but I don't know. I'm like in and out of it, I guess. Like if I'm interested in doing it, I guess.
Yeah, 5A is pretty uninspiring right now. Mark Mangarin has some good 5A.
Yeah.
Couch to 5A.
Yeah, top 5 in the nation.
It's worked.
It's unbelievable, really. Against all odds.
All of the boundaries you had to go past.
I will be back in 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Any other questions so far? Is 2009 or 2015 your favorite Worlds freestyle?
that you have performed?
Probably 15. Yeah. I don't know. I
That
think
one
I
was
like that
great.
one a lot more.
Mhm.
Yeah, especially the contest being in Japan too. That was like
Yeah, that
so,
was an amazing experience to compete on that stage.
What about you,
2015.
Colin? Do you have like a favorite freestyle that you've done?
I think my best freestyle is probably my nationals from my last nationals, so 2016. That was, I don't know. I think that was the only freestyle where I really put more thought into evaluations than tricks. It probably paid
Yeah.
off well. So, but I don't know. I think now I have a different kind of mentality when it comes to doing tricks that I enjoy and making freestyles that I like. So maybe
Nice.
different. Bergie, what is your favorite routine you've done?
I like my newest one. I mean, like
Yeah, Virginia State's
my world
exhibition.
freestyle. It was really weird because I didn't work on it as much as I should have.
Right. Yeah.
I just kind of put in like 6 hours the night before. What?
It's true. It's funny.
Yeah,
still.
no,
It's just funny
you know what's
to
funny
like.
because like in my past, like when I was growing up, sort of like it was always like the cool thing to say, like you didn't really work that hard on your freestyle and then you did well. Where this year it was really just due to like a lack of like focus and competence and like whatever else. Where this newest freestyle that I have, I like took a lot of time to like really make it as good as I can.
Yeah.
So I think by the time it fleshes out into a 3-minute, it's going to be really, really good.
You've
Where
pretty much been
with
doing that freestyle since August, probably. I'm
this
assuming.
freestyle,
Or September, right before nationals, right?
yeah, actually. So it's coming together quite well. I'm mad that I got a knot.
String knot.
Like, it was the stupidest trick too. It's this trick that I do that I hate this trick anyway. Hold on, let me. Oops. It's this trick.
Yeah.
This trick sucks. I hate this trick.
Yeah, stop doing that one if you don't like it.
But it's good because it's like one, maybe two, depending on if you have a bad judge or not, and then there's another one, and then there's another. It's just like it's hard to like once you have a good trick like that, it's hard to take it out because like I don't have like a trick on deck that's just better than that and fits the like same stuff and also is at the same pace.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
There's so much stuff that goes into it now that like it all has to be so tight. I'm like jealous of I'm jealous of the way that I like used to yo-yo. And just the way that I used to think about it.
So reckless.
Yeah, so reckless. Anthony, do you have a dog?
Yeah, I have two. I think one just like came in really quick and then left because like my door's open now. So yeah, it's a very important question.
My girlfriend has 3 dogs, and they all look the same except one of them bites. So I'm never sure how to approach that.
It's just luck. You just gotta commit and then hope you
yeah,
don't
and
get hurt.
I'm not a person who's grown up with dogs or anything, so I don't know. How do you get better at dogs?
I don't know. You gotta study the dog. I don't know, like care system. You know how to get maximum points for from your dog.
Yeah, I
For,
just
like, the
wish that
judges.
this is how life worked. I'd be so good at it if it was all about like Like yeah, like you just do these things, and then like you get the most points of life. And, like I don't know how to get any dog points. I would be doing the worst dog freestyle, honestly. What's your favorite yo-yo video of 2017? Ben asks.
Trying to think of like which ones I've seen.
Yeah, I don't
like so early in the year too.
There was one that Tony Sek made that had like really great motion graphics in it. I thought was really cool. I'm trying to think of what other ones were good. Where's Colin when you need him?
Oh, 2017 favorite videos. Is that what this is?
Yeah, just say what's my favorite video?
Really,
you know what my favorite video is.
Oh, I don't know. Not your answer, but I really like Tomato's Snow Lizard video from last year. Maybe
That
it's a
was
classic.
good. That was surprisingly good. I always just think that Mater doesn't yo-yo or has no tricks anymore.
Yeah.
All right, let's start wrapping it up. Let's take 3 more Q&A or 3 more Qs.
3 more questions.
Or let's do 2 more questions.
2 questions.
All right, great. Good questions so far. It's so good when you have like a really active chat.
What's the next design trend? I don't know. What is the next design trend?
What the next design trend? So it went. I think it's the inner ring.
Yeah, I think so too. I think inner ring.
Or that's the current design trend. Do you have any predictions? Is there anything that you want to see in here? I want to see like 6 different types of metals.
You know what was cool, but could be touched up upon. Berg, you remember the yo-yo that we got in Prague? Me and Mark bought the the interchangeable yo-yo.
I think the interchangeable yo-yo, like there's a certain point where the market's at where the companies aren't big enough to do anything really extravagant and like like with like a lot of pieces or like really complex. And I just think that like no one's really pushing it anymore. It's just kind of like, where can we put another ring? Like they just like, it's just the principle is that we know rim weight is good, so we want more of it. And that's really like how yo-yos are designed at this point. I think that I think it'll be cool when we have more metals or more just like new things, like actual new things. Right now, every yo-yo is really good, and it doesn't matter what you use at all.
One I don't know. This is kind of a current trend, but like an emerging current trend is that people are using 7068 grade aluminum, but I think that's kind of minor. I don't know. I notice a difference, but I don't think it's anything like next level personally.
Do you pay attention to yo-yos at all, Anthony?
Like as far as like design wise, I don't know.
Just like outside of like what's fed to you with a spoon, like the Lodge yo-yos and like stuff like that. Like I literally just don't know any yo-yos. The only yo-yos that I know are the ones that I have to sell because I won them at a contest, and the ones that Recess makes, and like the ones that Colin has or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if it's because I don't pay as much attention or just because there's a lot of like little companies like here and there now, you know? So like I feel like I don't know all the companies anymore, but I don't know. I still try to like, you know, take notice of like the most interesting ones, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know what like the newest trend is. Like I saw like some yo-yo recently and I was like, oh, like this reminded me of this other one from like years ago. So like maybe the trend is like not really caring that it looks like another yo-yo anymore. It's just like, you know, making good yo-yos. I don't know if anything's gonna like make a yo-yo better. It's more just like preference now, you know.
For sure.
Yeah, I think in terms of like trends, I think what I want to see is yo-yos that are more beginner friendly. Like something that is similar to the brain and that it'll assist the beginner, but it's not the brain, so it doesn't also stifle the beginner. And let's see, any more? Colin, when is your yo-yo coming out?
About 3 weeks, probably.
And
Pretty
where did
soon.
I come from? I come from Long Island. I don't know if that's what you were really asking, but that's the case. And
What where really means.
yeah, any final words? Shout out to your sponsor.
Yeah, shout out to my sponsor, Unparalleled
Yeah,
Yo-Yos.
shout out to my sponsor as well. Shout out to Anthony's sponsor. Okay.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. Brady's got it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah.
All right. This is a special episode of the Scales Live. We'll see you soon with something even better. Thanks for coming in, Anthony.
Yep, for sure.
Good to see
Thanks
you
for
here.
having me. Yep.
All right, later, guys.